Hey, I am Michelle Christ. I am a gold ambassador with Plexus Worldwide, and I'm excited to share my story with you guys tonight. I I love these nights because the and I love that I'm early because usually I've got mascara running down my face. You hear a few people. I loved that story. I mean, a mom being able to be herself and breaking free. So it reminds me of when I first heard about Plexus. I was a stay at home mom with twins, and I was staying at home because we could not afford daycare. I got to go back to work for a little while after my twin baby girls were born, and I worked very hard, but I made less money than what I was going to be paying the daycare. Our first those first few months I had friends that were willing to watch the girls, and we reached a point where they needed to go back and have different things, and so I was not going to be able to afford to put my girls in daycare. My husband's like, you need to stay home, and I'm like, yes, I'm gonna stay home, and I'm gonna have a garden, and the whole house is gonna be clean. And if you're a mom, you're laughing by now. I didn't know. I'm breastfeeding twins, and I was a wreck, guys. I literally like barricaded. Oh no, you can't hear me. Okay, let me see if I can figure this out. Is that any better? Can you hear me now? Oh no. Okay, can anybody hear me? Give me like a love if you can hear me. Okay, some of you can. It's okay. So I was twin mom at home with babies, and I was barricaded in my living room, like laying on the floor, letting them crawl around, and I made sure our furniture had like this safe space, and I was a wreck. I like seriously was scrolling through Facebook, crying that I couldn't get anything done. I was struggling so hard. And my husband would come home, bless him, every day, and I'd be like, babe, I think there's something wrong. Do I need to go be seen for postpartum? And maybe I did, but it really, he's like, twins are hard. Everybody's like, it's okay, twins are hard. I was breastfeeding, I didn't get a lot of sleep. Anybody ever have fights because you're tired? Anybody ever just feel like you can't even know your own name because you're exhausted? That was sleep deprivation at its finest. And the girls were about a year old when I was scrolling through my Facebook, and a friend, Sweet Leslie, she is on here, I love you, she was talking about a pink drink and having more good days than bad days. And I just lost it. Of course, I was always crying, but I just bawled because I realized I was at home getting to love on my kids all the time, and I could not remember my last good day. Like a whole day. I could remember minutes, good minutes, but not days. And I just, oh my goodness, I messaged her and I said, so I hear you got a pink drink. Is it something I could make at home? Is there grapefruit involved and maybe wine? Please tell me there's wine. She goes, no, it's this Plexus and it's about gut health. And I'm like, yeah, I don't need that. I don't want that. I am broke. I can't afford to send my kids to daycare so that I can have a job and extra money. There's no money. By the way, I was in a bankruptcy after having the twins, the medical bills, everything. We are a blended family. My husband had amazing debt when we got together, and what some people would call amazing baggage. Maybe not amazing, but God had plans, right? So Leslie brought me a 3-day sample, and I tried it, and my mom would always come over and help. This was before her health had deteriorated, and usually it involved a lot of arguing and not a lot of getting anything done. We'd yell at each other all day, take care of babies, they would be clean and fed, and the house would be a wreck, and I would be stressed out by the time my husband got home. Well, we did the 3-day sample. She brought one for my husband and for me, just of the pink drink. And he came home at the end of the 3rd day, and he looked around, and he's kind of like, so what happened today? I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, well, and I realized it hit me. I wasn't crabby. I didn't meet him at the door in tears telling him how much fighting my mom and I had been doing all day. The house was clean. There was laundry put away. Dishes were put away. And I'm like, that can't be that Plexus. It's just a good day. And literally it bugged me all night. And I'm like, I have got to I've got to figure it out. Like, I've got to prove that it wasn't the plexus. And my husband's like, I'm sorry, babe, we don't have any money, nothing. There is no money for us to afford this. And I'm like, I know, I don't know what to do. And Leslie was so sweet. She's like, well, there's specials. And I'm like, nope, can't do it. It took me 6 weeks. I sold anything that was not nailed down at my house. I made sure that I had what I needed for the babies, but if I didn't need it for the babies or thought I could do without it, or it wasn't nailed down in my house, I sold it. And I made just enough money for my husband and I to both try the triplex my first month. I did it as an ambassador because I couldn't, wholesale prices, come on, I love Sam's and things like that. Give me the best deal. I was never going to do, I literally bought it so that I could prove it didn't work. And I was going to use the 60-day money-back guarantee in 4 weeks or less because I knew I would forget. And guys, that was actually 3 years ago. 3 years, and you can't pay me to have it back. And what I never understood is God has perfect timing. I started my health journey at the perfect time. Yes, I was overweight, and that's why I thought I needed it. Yes, I was a tired mom. I have a huge list of medical stuff. Just real quickly, I have PCOS. I am now in menopause, asthma, allergies, anxiety, stress, PTSD, autoimmune disorder, and I'm forgetting some, okay? All of that has changed because of plexus, all of it. But what I really didn't understand is it was just cracking the door to the cage I was in. Mentally, physically, the plexus community and the plexus products kind of opened this amazing thing right when we needed it. I needed to learn how to be healthier in my mind, in my body. And I gotta tell you, my son, my bonus son, like I said, we're a mixed family. He attempted suicide right after I started my plexus journey at 12 years old. And it was one of, life deals you things unexpectedly, and you like to think you're prepared, but we're not. And sometimes we keep playing the cards like we're going to forever get a new deck and a new deal. And that day we realized how important it was for us to get our values and our actions aligned and to understand our personal health, our mental health. And I can't even tell you how much it means to have a community like Plexus. They came around me. These are overcomers. These are people that have had a struggle. They have worked their butt off to get rid of things and even made their life so much better before they found Plexus. And yet Plexus was what unlocked their potential, what took them to the next level. And they are so excited to share and come and hug and lift up other people. And our family needed that in such an amazing way. So for me, being an ambassador, because I thought I needed the cheapest price, I was going to give it back, no way. A business happened. I got to love on other people and share that community and the health, and it's changed our lives. I mean, I have a car in the driveway that we would not have been able to afford if it was not for Plexus. I have people in my life that I never would have met that have helped me on my health journey with their knowledge and their caring hands, my mental health. I'm actually a suicide survivor myself, and my husband is a former Marine, so PTSD runs in my family, and the ability to grow and be healthy in our bodies, in our minds, and our relationships has been forever changed by Plexus. And I heard a question today, and I had to write it down so that I wouldn't forget. And I told everybody on my Facebook that I would share a secret with you. So the question is, who would benefit from you being at your absolute best health? Because last year, it finally hit me. I had some ups and downs because a lot of learning had to happen, and I had to be in the right place and get my products what I needed and all these things, right? Well, it really hit me last December that I needed to align. I have a very strong faith, and my faith is something that has helped me get through these hard times, but I was not treating my body the best. I was putting everything else first. And I thought, well, if I took care of my health first, wouldn't I be able to give myself to my family the best of me? And the other question that went with who benefits from you being in your best health? Well, who suffers if you're not in your best health? A lot of times we think it's us and we're fine with, getting through. We're the mom, right? We'll do it. But it's really our family suffers. Our relationships suffer. My family has bloomed and blossomed the more we focused on being healthy individuals and who we were meant to be. Like, our journey is not just about us. It's about unlocking the door for other people. We didn't even know there was a door. We've learned things about food and gut health that, they were not even on our radar. And now I get to help other families unlock that same door. So my biggest secret when it comes to this journey, and what made my last year so transformational, it took me a couple years. I'm a little slow sometimes, and I will put my before and after pictures down in the thing. I got to stand on stage in front of 15,000 people this year. It was phenomenal. You go like this, they all scream at you, and you about pee your pants, and it's wonderful. But I treated December 1 like it was January 1. I didn't wait for 2019 to get started. I got started early because I know that if I start now, by the time January 1 rolls around, I'm in full stride. It takes I take some warming up. Anybody else need a warm up to get into their journey? So my big secret, if you want to know it, other than Plexus, come on, I love my pink family, my pink drink. I love everything about Plexus. My big secret is treat December 1 like it's January 1, and next year is going to be phenomenal, and you're going to be shocked at what you can still get done in this year. So make sure you're commenting because I want you guys to win free stuff. I hope the sound was okay. I know people were struggling, and I love you guys. I can't wait to hear everybody else's stories. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.